Uh, Voice is not clear. How about now? Now my voice is clear. Then clear the. How about now? Can you hear me? Is it clear? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Someone asked about double and float, especially the size. Uh, Double is will get more size. I didn't exactly remember what is the size, but float floating point now. And as I remember, it only can take one teacher value like 3 point or 4 point something. But in double, you can have many like 1, 2, 3, like 124 points, something like. So double will have the size of the double variable is much higher than float variable, and integer is the lowest number. I think the only a size 4, and it will get increased, right? And this is how you can define a constant variable. And as I mentioned earlier, uh, this is for uh, declaring variable that will not going to change a value future. So let's have a quick demo. And one thing, students who have problem on working Ubuntu, you can move to uh, code block, or you can some videos also, like you can install C using the GW package to your Windows PC, and from there you can work, uh, like you can code in C, or you can install Dev C++ or uh, code block IDE uh, to for your coding. So when you work with IDE, it will always give uh, you help for encoding, but for I recommend you to do something like normal text editor, uh, because you have to do all the things in a normal text editor, and you may know what are you actually doing. So let's go back to the today's session. Uh, you may remember that constant variable is not going to change. So this code uh, is defined as this, but it given an error in here. You also can see, right? So it mentioned as expression must be a modifiable I value, right? Let's go back to the slide. Here, this is the way we can define constant double 5 equals 3.14. And someone, can you unmute yourself and please tell me what is the wrong? What is wrong here? Why is saying this wrong? This declaration. Yeah, I am declaring a constant variable, and I am saying value for it. I'm not going to change the value, right? As a constant variable, we can't change value through our code. And here also, I'm not going to change value. But what is the problem? Can anyone tell me what is the wrong? What are කියන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන issue එක මොකක්ද කියලා constant variable එක මම කිව්වා වගේ value එක වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ. මෙතනත් මම value එක වෙනස් කරලා නැහැ. මෙතනනේ value එක 5 කියලා මම define කරන්නේ. No, no, constant double එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. double කියන්නේ අපි double value එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ 3.14 හරි ඒ වගේ double value like a double value. Here I'm only declaring for an integer. You can change the variable type anything you want, even char or integer, long integer, unsigned integer, and variable can variable type.
එතන
Oh.
void main කියලා දාන්න නැතුව int use කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? int char හැම
කියන main function එකේ type එකද?
ඔව් sir.
ඔව්. එතන void කියන එකෙන් අදහස් වෙන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් void එක කියන්නේ if කියන එකනේ. එතන මේ function එකෙන් අපි මුකුත් return කරන්නේ නැහැ. කියන්නේ මුකුත් එයාලා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ඔයා integer හරි char හරි මොකක් හරි වෙන data type එකක් දැම්මොත් ඒ data type එකේ තියෙනවා return කරන්න. දැනට මම හිතන්නේ understanding එකක් නැතුව අපි මොකද්ද return වෙනවා කියන්නේ කියලා ඒක ඔයාලට ඉස්සරහට තේරෙයි. මෙතන ඒ කියන්නේ අපි printf එකකදී එහෙම මුකුත් ඒ කියන්නේ අතන value එකක් අපේ terminal එක print වෙනවා විතරයි. value එකක් return වෙනවා කියන්නේ එතනින් ඔයා මේ function එකෙන් එළියට මොනවා හරි දෙයක් දෙනවා. ඔයා මෙතන int කියලා දැම්මොත් මේකේ return එකක් නැති වුණා මේ ඔයාගේ C program එක මෙන්න මෙහෙම edit කරගන්නවා. ඒක run වෙනවා. හරි මේ return 0 කියලා මෙතනින් දාන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ return 0 කියන ඇත්තටම මේ code එක issue එකක් නැතුව run වෙනවා නම් මේක return 0 වෙනවා. හැබැයි මෙතන void කියලා දැම්මොත් අපිට මේ return 0 එකක් ඕනේ නැහැ. I think you really identified that one. I will explain
Yes sir, I clear. Thank you sir.
When you specify this as int, then it means you have to return something in integer. You have to return some integer value. So basically, in compiler, it will specify this as return 0 since we didn't put anything. This code also correct, but when you compile it, it will return 0. That's the default. Can anyone unmute and please tell me what was the final thing you were able to hear? But හරි පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න පුළුවන්ද කොතනද අන්තිමට නැවතුනේ කියලා? මම හිතන්නේ මෙතන integer දාන්නේ කියන එක නේද මම අන්තිමට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරේ.
return type එක void
Right.
එක change කරන එක.
Okay, I think you able to have some kind of understanding. You will learn it more through your course. So for the moment, despite that point, and yeah, I was asked what is the wrong here. This initializing is wrong. Someone says here printf. Yeah, it's in printf it is integer. Integer usually print as with the percentage d. The row should find the value of variable. Yeah, someone has put to the chat that error is we should assign the value of the constant variable when we declare it, but not after declaration. That means here we need to mention the value, right? So that means should be something like this, right? Now it's showing an error. But how about this one? Is this one incorrect? I have commented comment out this part, and here I'm declaring my variable const int a. Now, what about now? Yeah, shall we run and see what it's like? Yeah, right. It's given something like this. So student, this is some homework for you. What actually happened here? You need to find yourself and understand. So, I have the correct version as well as so someone of you have mentioned. Let's run this one. Now it is well, right. මෙතන වෙච්ච දේ පැහැදිලි නේද? මෙතන එක්කෙනෙක් කිව්වා මේ අපි constant variable එක define කරනකොට value එකක් අපි දාන්න ඕනේ. ඒක හරි. හැබැයි අපිට එහෙම නැතුව define කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ වගේ එකක් තමයි අපිට ඇත්තටම ආවේ. මේ මොකද්ද මේ value එක කොහෙන්ද එන්නේ? මේක වලට homework එකක් හොයලා බලන්න. Right. That means actually this is the constant variable. We can't assign any value afterwards. That's the problem. ඔයාලට I value එකක් assign කරන්න බෑ ඒට මේ code එක run වෙනකොට. Because it will initialize some value when we have declaring a variable, right? And I guess it may change all the time, right? This value is changed again. So you need to find out what's happening there. Right, let's go back to the lecture. You can see the screen. Variable address. I think you can find out correctly with and put that into the discussion forum. Someone of you with the actual reference. Where did you find out? Again, ඔයාලා පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයාලා බලන්න. ඔයාලා බලලා ඒක අර forum එකට දාන්න මේ දානකොට ඔයාලා ඒක හොයාගත්ත reference එකත් එක්කම දාන්න. එතකොට කට්ටිය දවුන් එක ගිහිල්ලා ඒක කියවලා බලලා දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. blog එහෙම තියෙනවා මේ ගොඩක් there are so many blogs for coding. So you can post that blog post as well, right? Yeah. So this is how to declare in a preprocessor const. So what that this is the way. Let's take that. So it's the way to declare preprocessor constant with this defined keyword and your variable name and with the value. So as mentioned here, variable name is the placeholder for your constant variable and then the value. The value that will take that variable name placeholder. So what's actually happening is go back to the code. So I have defined two preprocessor constants, student ID and course code. So let's run this one and let's see what's happened. No. So now it's working. Actually, we do not need to end with the semicolon when you define constant, even the normal constant aspect. Here it needs, but when we are defining freebox constant, it is way before you are defining the main method, and this one now. We showing the code. What actually happened here is when you define these keywords, student ID as 27 and course code as 502, when you are compiling, this code will search about all the occurrences of this student ID and it will change this one with this value. That means when you compiling, these are going to ignore, and all the occurrences of this student ID will change to 27. That means change it like here 27 and course code will 502 when the compile. Right? කියන්නේ pre-process constant වල ඔයා මේක පොඩ්ඩක් compile වෙනකොට එයා student ID එකයි course code එකයි මේ දෙක මෙන්න මේ keyword search කරලා ඒ හැම එකක්ම මෙන්න මේ value එකකින් replace කරගන්න. මෙතනදී හම්බෙන්නේ මෙතන ඇත්තරම මේ variable එක define වෙනවා. මෙතන variable එක define වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වෙනුවට මෙන්න මේ keyword search කරලා keyword මේ value එකකින් මාරු කරන එක තමයි කරන්නේ. ඔයාලා කියන්නේ you may heard about like back in 1960s or 70s when the first moon landing project, right? NASA was only able to manage that project using like 8 kilobytes of RAM, right? So that's why actually you need to have the idea. Here it will not going to initialize or declare any variables, but here it will. That means when you are initializing variables, it will need to have memory. So it will take memory out of your machine when the code is run. But so when you are writing code, you need to have idea about that aspect. But at current trend, we usually have many, like usually you all got to have more than 8 GB RAM. So back then it was only 8 kilobytes of memory. Right. So like so before that, anyone have questions? Please you can ask, but by unmuting yourself. So yeah, this is the code I have made, and the next thing, type conversion. So this is a method that temporarily you can change the some variable type. So there is two methods. The one is implicit conversion, and the next one is explicit conversion. So in implicit conversion, it will do automatically, but when explicit, you have to do by yourself. So this is the code for implicit conversion. So what actually happened here is, here you can see I have declared an integer and a character, and another integer for the summation, and I am going to sum I plus c. And what will it happen? Anyone? What will be the output? So here I have mentioned that the value of c is 99. Anyone? please let me know what will it going to print as the value of sum.
Addition of the two numbers,
What are the two numbers here?
99 and 70.
99 and 70. Okay, let's find out. Hmm. 99 and 70 gives 160, right? So what will happen when doing the summation? It changed the value or variable type char into the ASCII value, right? As then gives the output. So this is the example for application. So here in the braces, you have to mention actually the variable type. So here I have to integer sum and count and variable for defining mean is double. I mean it's equals to sum divided by count. And for here I have mentioned the sum is so I'm actually typecasting this sum to double. And let's see what is the output. .4, right? Let's remove this one. You see the 0.4 is missing because it takes this 17 divided by 5 is equal to 3, and then it since this is a double, then shows as this double here, right? So you need to that fraction number, you need to show you need to try the typecast. That's it. So let's start the today's session with about C operators. So let me know. Can see. Okay, let's have define. Yeah. Someone have worked by the implicit generation. This C is assigned as 90. Actually, the character C is this key value is 99. Like say something A, so it should be 97, right? 110 because value ASCII value of this character A is 97. That is it. Please let me know if you have any questions up to now. Let's move forward. So, as mentioned here, operator is the symbol that tells the compiler to perform specific mathematical or logical function. So, in here, this summation, deciding, even this percentage symbols, also some kind of operator. So let's discuss what are those details. So first of all, let's focus about the arithmetic operator. That means basic summation. Here first one, adding two operators. Let's say A and B, then it will be the summation. And the subtraction, then multiplication, division, and this is the modulus. Modulus will be will give the remainder. Let's say 4 divided by 3, then the remainder, let's say not 4, let's say 7 divided by 3. So it gives 2 and remainder will be 1, right? So this will give the remainder. That means 6 percentage 7 percentage 3 means 3 will equal to 1. And the final two, the if you put double plus operator, that means increment operator. So if we take A is 10, then A plus plus will equal to 11. So there is two options. You can put it to the behind or put in front of. So I will explain that in the later to the session. And as well as there is decrement operator as well. That means double minus sign. Yeah. So here I have mentioned A9, B4. Let's see that we know. I will explain the code here. Someone has unmuted. I'm unable to hear you properly. Yes. 110537. We are unable to hear you. Yeah, I have muted you. If you have questions, you can put into the chat. It's 19. Yeah, I have explained this one. How can C equals to 99? Did you get that? Do I need to explain it again? මම එක explain කරන්නද? Okay, then shall we move forward then? I think you can see the screen, and here I have put teacher is 9 and B is 4, and I have declared a variable C. So C will be initialized to whatever the value. So you need to find out what is usually the value which will be initializing in this step, right? So here first histogram will be C is assigned to A plus B. So it should be something 14. And I'm setting the new line, then C equals A minus B, that means 5. And multiplication 36, division then should be 2, and the remainder. So it should be 1. Let's run and find out. 13, 5, 36, 2, and 1. Right? So in your lab sheet 2 as well, I have put some things you to do some hands-on about the aspect. So let's see the lecture and the assignment operator. So my main question in when you are doing level math or level math, you have used this assignment operator. That means the equal operator, right? ඔගොල්ලෝ මේ සමාන කිරීමේ ලකුණ maths වලදී පාවිච්චි කළා. මෙතන programming වලයි maths වලයි වෙනසක් කරලා. What is the difference in assignment operator in maths and program? Anyone? කාට හරි unmute කරලා කියන්න පුළුවන්ද assignment operator එකේ මොකක්ද වෙනස? maths වල කොහොමද? ඒ programming වල කොහොමද? Because you need to clearly identify that one and yeah, someone put to the means assigning the value to a variable. In maths also you like x equals 1. Yeah, I put, please pardon me my writing. This is a math class, right? Then x equals to 1, right? So here also it's assigning some value. So what is the difference? Oh yeah, someone says in programming assigning symbol is not equal. So I am asking what is the difference about this one in maths and programming. Simply x equals 1. Equal operator is used also in comparison. I didn't get you, Kalhar. What you mentioned by your comparison is there. Comparison can, but in anyone you can unmute yourself and explain in Sinhala or English as well. I don't really understand Tamil. Please pardon me about that language. Yeah, I will simplify the question for you. Let's take x equals this is same x. One. I think now you can accept this actually we can't do in math. This is only in program. Why? Yeah, someone says that in math, that means this one, first one, x is if x is 1 in mathematics, but in programming x, this one is means x is the variable x is holding the value of 1, but x is not 1. Yeah, that is correct, I think. Actually, the in programming, when you are coding here, it's one. Mhm. So, um, name and teacher. Okay, right there. Here it equals in there. There. So here value is 1. X plus 1. What will happen? Here the x value is 2, right? This the first thing can be done in mathematics, but this part actually we can't do in mathematics. As some of your friends said, here actually x is some kind of a box, right? And you are inserting the value 1 to that box, and here that what you mentioned here is you in your new box has the previous value, and in addition to that you have added uh, 1 again. So okay. Consider this is the box. So this box is actually away, right? So you have put 1, is 1, 2 here. That means this. And what about this? That means you have already seen this actually this x is this one now, right? And this x, so we want to think this x and this x are now same, and it always has this one, and we adding another one again. That means we have 2 1, right? This one, right? So then we have print the value here. I want to allow the here. So now it will print this one. Right? So when executing this line, this is our x. When executing this one, first it will do this part. X, it will add in another one, this one. Then it will be our new x, this whole, and it will print out from the printer. Yeah, I have uploaded the practical to the LMS 537. මම මේ practical upload කරලා තියෙනවා ඔයාලට access කරගන්න බැරි වුණා. student ඔයාලට link එක තියෙනවා. කවුරු හරි පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න කළා හරි. වීඩියෝ එක මේ බලන්න පුළුවන් නේද? student animal මේක තමයි පළවෙනි practical එක. මම හිතන්නේ මේක visible නේද ඔයාලට? YouTube එකට ගිහිල්ලා වුණත් check කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිනේ. Okay, let's go back to the tutorial. Right. So I have explained about the programming. ඒ කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම මේ කියන්නේ නිකන් ඔක්කාරි container එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ නිකන් take off එකක් වගේ. ඒකට අපි values දානවා. ඒක තමයි ඇත්තටම වෙන්නේ. ඒ වුණාට math වලදී the exceed exact one. math වලදී අපි මේ x කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම 1ම තමයි. But here in programming, x is some kind of a container. Actually, x is here, x is variable. Variable is actually smaller data structure. Smallest x is actually the variable is the smallest data structure in program. Right. And this is about sign, and you can do these one as x plus or equal. That means add an assignment operator. So it adds the right operand to the left operand and assigns the result to the left operand. Actually, this one. So this is equal to actually c equals 3 plus a. That means it will add this a to this one and will assign the whole value to this c, the first of all. And here it will minus this one from the current value of this, and that value will be assigned to this c. Here it will multiply with this c and it will assign its value to here. Likewise, let's go find out this code while running now. So as mentioned here, initially 5 and we have assigned 5 and we add 5 again, then it will be 10, and we have removing 5 from this c, it will 5, then we are multiplying by 5, then it's 25, and then the 25 is divided by 5, then it is again 5, and we are signing the remind. The reminder will be 0 since a can be divided by 5. This, 5 is can be divided by 5, then 1, and the remainder is 0. So we go here, right? So I guess we have already tried this one. Let's move forward then. So as I mentioned, there are a lot more assignment operators. So yeah, so there are some required operators as well. First I will explain them. Then you can clearly have an idea about these last one as well. So that is all about assignment operator. So please you can put any sections or please ask if you have any problems regarding up to now about assignment operator. Okay, then move forward. So the next one, the relational operators. So there are a few relational operators. So you can so I will explain this. So please look at this example. So here the output is whether it is true or false, right? Whether it is true or not true, likewise. That means so there should be when after this there will be getting now some kind of a boolean value. So in C you have only 0 and 1 as the boolean value, right? So the first one double equal means it will check about about two values are equal. Actually, this double equal will work as same as the mathematical equal sign. In mathematics, we actually when we say x equals 1, then actually the x and 1 are same as this, and we know whether it is true or false. Like if our x is not the value 1, we know whether it is true or false, right? Here also that happened, and here what it return is the value whether it is true or false. So so I set the keyword return. Actually, when let's see from the code as well. Then this is happening when a double equals b, then this value will return something and it will assign to this third argument, right? So if this is true, then it will return 1 to here. When it is false, it will return 0 to here. So let's find out. So here 5 equals to 5. Since it is true, it gives us 1. And 5 is greater than 10. It is false, so it will return 0. It have returned 0. and 5 is less than 5. So 5 is not less than 5, then so it is 4. So it is returned here. And 5 is not equal to 10. Actually, it's correct. So its value is 1. Likewise, here it is greater than or equal to 5. Actually, it is equal to 5. So it is 1. Here it is less than or equal. So it is going to the less than. And since it is less, so it gives 1. So when executing these 1, it will return some value. So that means when you are returning something, those can be actually assigned to a variable, or it can be used in your program. But when you are printing someone, or if there are no return, then that means those stuff can't be used while your program. That actually the what is happening in return. So you may learn about those in a very descriptive in when you are doing function. So let's go back to the lecture and we have explained this. And the next one is logical operator. And in the meanwhile, so these information I have go through the tutorial point web website, and yeah, you can also go to that website and you can search what are the how learn about C and especially other language as well. So in logical operators also, it gives actually whether it is true or false as same as this relational operator, but the yeah. So, but here what actually happening is in our logical, as you may learn through in physics, maybe here actually what happened is in the logical perspective, it will assign whether it is true or false. Right. So here you can by looking at this part, now you can have an idea what is happening. Actually, what is the value? But here there are actually more than one occurrence. So let's explain the first one. Actually, the logical AND operator. So this the double attached sign is for logical AND operator. So in logical AND, it will only true whether those values are true. That means if you need to true this A and B, then only it will go into true the whole equation, right? And one thing here, this A and B also are, need to be either 0 and 1. That means those should be also again have a Boolean value. But here these are only the these A and B are only the variable. So I will send them. So in AND there should be the both should be true to get the value to value true. And when you do the doing the operator, either one of these values one of these A and B is true, then it is will give the value result value as true. In not operator, it will do the logical not. That means when the value is true, then it will return false, and if the value is false, then it will return true. So here actually, as I mentioned, it is true or false. But when you are executing C, it will only give zeros and one. 0 is specified for false, and 1 will specify for true. So let's do a demo. So here I is 5, B is 5, and C is 10. Right? I think all you can clearly visible, right? ඔක්කොටම මේක පේනව නේද පැහැදිලිද? So just so here first I need to get, as I mentioned earlier, first I need to get with return with the first side is it's a Boolean value, and the second side also in the Boolean value to do the logical operation. So I will check whether it is A will be as same as B. So since A is also 5 and B also holding the value 5, then it should be return 1. And here C is greater than B. C is 10, B is 5, so this is also true. And this is also true. And from this one, by doing logical AND, then it should be return 1, right? And then run. Right? It has returned 1. Over this one. A equals B, we know it is true, and C is less than B. We know it is false. And we are doing logical law. Since this one is true, it also should be give the result as what? Result as 1. Right? This one is for saying true. Then also here A is not equal to B, that is false, and here also false. So this should give 0, and here is not operator. A is not equal to B, so it should be give 1. And here it should be give 0. Zero, 1, 0, right? So please please unmute yourself, and if you have any questions, you can ask up to now. So I will move forward then. And so students, are there anyone who didn't do physics කරලා නැති අය ඉන්නවද? Please raise your hand if you didn't do physics or didn't do any previous knowledge about this logical operators and logic gates, maybe. Or a logic gate, logical operators and or not පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා නම් පාවිච්චි කරලා නැත්නම් පොඩ්ඩක් මේ අත උස්සා. හැමෝම පාවිච්චි කරලා නේද මේ කවුරු හරි FC110564 Tarushima. Can you unmute yourself and can you able to unmute yourself? Tarushima ඉන්නවද? Tarushima ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ logic gates ඊට පස්සේ මේ ඔය and ඒව කරලා තියෙනව නේද? physics කරලා මම තියෙනවා. Please raise your hand if anyone didn't do this decimal to binary value එකක් binary කරන්න කරලා නැත් කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා? මම හිතන්නේ ඔක්කොම කරලා නේද තියෙන්නේ O level එකක් කරලා නේද දෙක කී පාදයට හරවා. I guess everyone knows about how to make a number from decimal to binary, convert a number decimal to binary. So here I have the binary version of 60S0011 1100 and for B30 001101. So why I mention those in 8 digits, this is up to you to decide. I මේ digit attacking මේක represent කරලා තියෙන කියලා ඔයාලට හොයන්න වෙනවා. සාමාන්‍ය මම දන්නේ ඔයාලා මෙහෙම define කරනවා කියලා. Again, back to up to you to decide. I think I have explained this in the last lecture also. This is one reason actually the Elon Musk tail is first rocket. You need to find out what actually this is. So let's go back to the lecture, the tutorial. So when the logical operator, the bitwise operator, and it is the symbol is at sign, and it will do binary AND operator. Binary, it will do the binary AND. So that means I will share the whiteboard first. So it's 0. Yeah. You can see the screen, right? So A 0 1 So first operator is and so what happened is it will check in vertical. So our first occurrence 0 0, it will do the AND operator. So 0 when you and the 0, since these also false, these also false, so result also should fall. And the next one, so false, and 1, 0. 1, 0 also get 0 since it is and here also 0. And here should be 1, 1, 0, 0. What is this value? 1, 2, 4, 8. It should be 8. Should be 12, right? Right. Here it shows as 12. And the next one, the logical O. No, binary O. So here, what actually happened is when we have given our value in decimal form, it will first it will convert into the binary version as this one, and then it will do the binary operation. So in O, either one of operand should be 1. So here both this one and this one are 0, so 0, and here also 0, and here is 1, here is 1, here is 1, 1, 0, 1. So 12, 13, 13, 16, 19, 29, 29 plus 32, 64, 61, right? Sheet 61. The next term, XOR. That means both should have different values to get it true. So it is 10, so it is 0, 0, different, 1, 1, here 0, 0, 0, 1. 32 plus 16, 32, 42. So I explain this XOR. So the value of this one should be 49, right? And likewise, this unary operator, it will complement the given value. If we say unary way, then it is give the minus 60, right? So it will take this bit, and this is the binary left shift. So I will say one. Take a students, I think you can see my screen, right? Yeah, you can see. And symbol will bit will take this bit means 1, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 1, 1. So you when if you are doing yeah, you will learn about it computer system. The final bit, the first bit actually represent whether the value is either positive or negative. Since we are changing this value, so it will represent this value is negative. So it should give the value minus 60. And the next operator, left shift. So this is known as left shift. So what actually happened is it will move this value to the left hand side. So how that happen? by inserting 0 to the right hand edge. So if the left shift is A by 2, then what happens is this is our A, and will add 2 zeros to the end, and this 2 will be removed, and this is the value A left shift by 2, and the next one is right shift. So as math, the left shift, it will in the right shift, it will add those zeros to the front. That means 0, 1, and these will be removed. Likewise. So let's have a demo. So this is 60 and 13. This will and AOP. 51 and B 49. And here actually in a negative value, the after flipping it will actually give the 61 because it how actually negative values are represented. I am mistaken, this would be when flip it will change to minus 60, but actually it will change to minus 61. And this is by left shift, we give this one, and from like right shift will give 2. It will give 15. So actually when you are programming some problem, when you are thinking from the bitwise perspective, then the some problems may be very easy. That's why we are teaching these ones as well. Right. Yeah, I will add those as well. Maybe to your not in the lab sheet, but maybe for the assignment. So you need to think from another perspective to do those tasks because in normal calculation using decimal, some tasks may be very hard to do, but when you turn them into the binary format, then those can be very easy. So that is about bitwise operator. So anyone, please, you can unmute and ask whether you have a question. Like, you able to clearly understand about the left shift and right shift. Yeah, A XOR B. So, Dilshika, do you know the XOR gate? XOR gate එක ඔයා දන්නවා. XOR two zero zero one. When you when in XOR gate, these two operands should be different. Then only it will give the value as true. So since these operands are same, this will give false. Here it's different, here also is different, and here is same. Right? So when you're doing zero zero one one one. This is XOR gate. So these two values should be different. Since it is same, it should be 0, and here it is also same. These two, so it is 0, and here these two are different. 1 0, since it is 1, here also 1, and here it is 0 0 0 and 1. So to compute this value into the decimal, so result value will be 49. Right? I think one actually identify and understand this a bit separate, so let's move on to the other one. Unsigned. So it's also same as integer. Say, okay, sure. So as mentioned in the Google as well, so we usually using 32-bit data, like have 4 bytes, right? Integer, right? And in integer we are taking from negative to positive, right? But when unsigned, it is also 32 bytes, but we only take the positive. So I yeah, right. Actually, this is the say this is minimum value of in right. This is the maximum value you can uphold to a variable, integer type variable, right? Upon this limit, the variable in can't hold. That means upon this bit, it will take the negative range. So I will explain this. I think you can see my notepad, right? So let's take our data only can hold this 4 by only this 4 values, right? So from this one to this one to 1 0, likewise up to 1 1 1 1, right? මේක තේරුණාද? ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ දැනට data තියෙන අපි megapixel 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 and 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1. So only we can represent 8 values, right? මෙතන අපි මේ විදිහට data bit 3ක් ගත්තොත්, so this is 3 bits. So we have in integer we have 32 bits, right? That means 4 bytes, right? Then මේකෙන් ඔයාලා represent කරන්න යන්නේ මොකක්ද? අපි මේක 0 කියලා ගමු. හරි. ඒකට මේක 1, මේක 2, මේක 3, මේක 4, මේක 5, මේක 6, මේක 7. So මේ ඉලක්කම් 7 විතරනේ. You can only present these 8 digits and from 0 to 7. හරි. හැබැයි මේකේ integer කියන්නේ negative values නැහැ. ඔයාලට දැන් මෙතන negative values represent කරන්න ඕන. So what is the most suitable way? Anyone? So this is actually happening. I say this is 0. Then by removing this first part from all these 8 occurrences, right? So I take 1 0 up to this one 0 1 2 3. Then this will represent it as negative one. So it's like this 0 1 2 3. Not going to 4, but I will represent this as -1, this as -2, this as -3, and this as -4. Nothing wrong here, right? මේකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? කාට හරි මෙතන ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවද? ඒ කියන්නේ මගේ කම්පියුටරේ මට පුළුවන් bit 3ක් විතරයි පාවිච්චි කරන්න. හරිද? එතකොට මම පළවෙනි විදිය තමයි මෙන්න මේ විදියට නෙගටිව් නැතිව පොසිටිව් වලින් පටන් ගන්න. 0 to 1 එතකොට. එතකොට මෙතන ඔක්කොම ඉලක්කම් 8ක් මට රිප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? හැබැයි මම හිතනවා මෙන්න මේ පළවෙනි බිට් එක අතහැරලා ඒක මම තියාගන්නවා මේ වැලියු එක නෙගටිව්ද පොසිටිව්ද කියලා. හරි. දැන් මේක පොසිටිව්. මේක මොකද පළවෙනි බිට් එක 0. එතන පළවෙනි බිට් එක -1 හින්දා මම පළවෙනි බිට් එක 1 හින්දා මම මේක කරා මේක නෙගටිව්. එතකොට මේ වැලියු එක මොකද 0 0 usually 0, but we already put this one as 0, so I will put this one as -1. හරි මගේ එතකොට එහෙම ගත්තාම මේක -2 මේක -2 මේක -2, right? දැන් ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද අපේ මේක තමයි ඇත්තටම ඉන්ටිජර් කියන්නේ. මේක ඉන්පුට්, මේක අන්සයින්ඩ්. unsigned in this one. මේක බිඳුවේ ඉඳලා 7 වෙනකම් යනවා. මේක යන්නේ බිඳුවේ ඉඳලා 3 වෙනකම් විතරයි. හැබැයි ඍණ 1 ඉඳලා ඍණ 4 වෙනකම් යනවා. As mentioned here, maximum value is this one upon this one. Upon our maximum value this one, it will change to our negative value, right? That's what happening actually in our machine. Actually, that's why the Elon Musk rocket have turned 180 degrees, because it changed it go past beyond this maximum value, and it will change the positive to negative side, and will going to infinite, right? In unsigned, it remove these negative values, and it taken the whole 32 bit representing from the positive integer from 0 to maximum. So it should be the value more than that here, right? This is the maximum value of an unsigned. In long integer, long int or long double, those have more than 32 bits. Google is long int. It's 8 bytes. In usually integer has 4 bytes, but here it has 8 bytes. So you can represent even very large number, right? I think you have clearly understand that. Make a තේරුණා නේද? Actually, these things are you to find out by reading books and by exploring. All right. Anyone, please ask if you have any questions. Okay, let's move to the lecture then. So apart from those operators, so there are few others. So this size of function also works as an operator to return a size of a corresponding variable. So if think about this a, here this a is the integer, then it will return the size as 4. So we learned about that one. Integer has size 4 bytes, and long it has size 8. And yeah, you have learned many this symbol, this add symbol. Add symbol can be used as the bitwise operator, and double add is used for logical, and in some occasions it will return the address of a variable. So I will explain how to do that one. And this one, it will return a pointer. So from next tutorial sessions and lectures, you will know about what is actually this pointer, and this, what is actually happening in these addresses. And when you have learned about this condition, so you can like simplify those if conditions by using this symbol. So those are for some lectures ahead. So I have some demo as well about that one. Yeah, So line 1, size of A is 4. So our A is integer, so it is size 4, and B the type as short, so it is short integer. So size of B is 2, and size of C, so it is double, so it is 8, right? And this is a pointer. Pointer also has a address to corresponding. So PTR is an integer pointer, so it will point out some corresponding address. So actually, pointer contains the address, address for a variable, right? And this at symbol actually return the address of this variable A. And so if we print out this pointer here, so it will move to that, it will locate that variable value by using the address, and it will print that value. So this pointer is pointer for this A variable, and A is called the value 4. So it will print out this value 4. And this pointer value is this one. So this is the address for that corresponding A variable. So you will learn about this conditions in next lectures. Then you have the ideas about these concepts. And yeah. So yeah, in assignment operators, not in assignment operators, I think relation operators, in arithmetic operators, I have mentioned this one, increment and decrement. So I mentioned about this pre and post increment. So pre-increment is when you are assigning those double plus this operand operator for the operand in the front. In post increment, you will assign this operand to the end. But what actually happens when you are doing the coding, when you are using this in the expression, the value for that expression will be taken after increment in this variable when you use pre-increment. But when you use post increment, the expression will take the value of the variable, then it will going to increment the value of this corresponding variable. ඒ කියන්නේ pre-increment විදියට මේක පාවිච්චි කරොත් ඒ කියන්නේ variable name එකට කලින් මේ operator එක පාවිච්චි කරොත් පාවිච්චි කරන mathematical expression එකේ මේ value එක මේ variable එකේ value එක මේ increment කරලා තමයි expression එකට පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. හැබැයි post increment එකේදී මේ variable එකේ current value එක තමයි මුලින් පාවිච්චි කරලා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි variable එකේ මේ value එක increment කරන්නේ. So let's have a demo. So here my number is 5, and I have sum of pre-increment is equal to 0, and sum of post is equal to 0. So you can see I am doing the same thing. right? Here, what I'm doing is first I will increment the number, and then the whole thing will be added to the again by increment this number. So since this is same, so you need to really idea what actual value for this one and the last one. So we'll explain it here. Number is දැනට 5, number is taken 5, and we are incrementing that one. That means is 6, right? And 6 is going to add to, again we are incrementing that one. Since it is already incremented, this should be 7 and this should be 8. So what should be the value? So 13, 21, right? So I'll just code and find out. Five is first increment, then it is 6, and here it is also 6, and this increment is 1, 7, 8. Okay, and here what is happening? We can debug and see what happens here. Right. So num is equals 5 and sum is 0 for 0. And step into Yeah. We need to see. So can debug something happen. So I have put a breakpoint here. So to break that one. So I'm explaining this one pre-increment. So yeah, you can also debug and see what is actually happened. So here is my debugger in VS Code. So first, I have put a breakpoint to this line, the night line. Then I'm step into it and see what is happening. So I'm now running this 10th line. So for now, yeah, it has actually assigned 30. So number 7, this one, and the free should be actually 21, or it's 22 then. Okay, keep print the value 21, and here our number is 8. So this one should be happening since it should add this value 8 to our expression for sum 4, and then it's going to increment this one. That means our number here, the value is 9, right? And here it will add 9, then increment, and means 10, and here we're going to add 10, and then we're going to multiply. So our number will be, after splitting this one, the number will be 11. from this one. Oh, 1927, right? And the number is 7. This is 22, right? I will check this one out and I will explain, but actually, yeah, so actually, we did the same thing, but somehow it print out into, yeah, I will check this out now and I will doing explain it in next session. And I think so. This is actually the our last topic for today. So many of you have already used this care name. So I think you already know about this one, but I will explain only this thing. You may see I have put some space here to scan this input character. So I will run this by showing this space. Number one. And did you identify this one? When without doing entering anything, it has taken the input character and it has asked for the float. Let's say 3.4 and print out. Can method like I run color pen now. Number එකක් input කරන්න අහනවා අපි number එකවත් කියලා දෙන්නකො. හැබැයි input character එකක් ඇහුවට ඒක යා automatically අරගෙන. ඒක අරගෙනත් තියෙන මේ new line එකක් විදියට. It has taken the new line as new line for its input character and then now it's asking for a float. Because when what actually happened is when we insert in the first number and we press enter and that enter is taken here to this input character. So you need to add the space here to indicate that problem. So let's start this one. So this one, now it is asking for characteristic and so right. So it is a best practice when you using asking for input character, please specify a space here. So I think you can post this to a forum as well. So everyone can able to remember. So one of you please put this to the forum in the LMS. Then everyone can remember those. Right. So the last thing. So actually in scan we are using this at sign, right? So I think many of you already use this one, but I will explain since this A is, as I mentioned, is a container. So we need to input that container. So that container has a particular attribute. So the value we are inserting, it will put into that container. Here the container is A, and actually what we need is to pass the corresponding address to that container. කියන්නේ අපි ඒක නිකන් මොකක් හරි මේ වාදනය කරනවා. ඒකට තියෙන ඇඩ්‍රස් එක. නැත්නම් ගෙදරක් කියලා තියෙනවා. ගෙදර ඇඩ්‍රස් එක තමයි ලියුම් වෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේ අපි මොකක් හරි ඉන්පුට් කරනකොට ඒ ඇඩ්‍රස් එකට තමයි දානවා. Right. And even when you are using arrays, you will able to understand those concepts in next tutorial, arrays and pointers. So already the name is containing the address for a corresponding object, arrays, pointers, and all that. So in there you can simply pass their name. So this is the character array one. So character array is represented as here. This is size 20 character array, and you can pass simple pass a value just by calling the name of the array. Likewise, integer array is a string, strings are character array, and pointer also has the address. Like so, students. So I will enable the next lab sheet as well. So it is same as the one, but there are a few more sections for you to do. Please try to do these examples, and if you have any problem, please don't hesitate to ask. And even if like you encounter some code different that will suitable for others to know also, you can simply upload them to this discussion forum. You can do this at the discussion topic, and you can share. Then others can reply as well. Even for these ones, if you have anything to add, please type a reply. Right. So this discussion forums is for you to collaborate. So even I have put out a code block and setting my Visual Studio Code. And yeah, students, if you have questions, you can ask now. So this is the end of the today's tutorial session. Yeah. You can use code block, and I think it is suitable for practice something in Ubuntu as well, because in code block it will automatically suggest those things, and it will compile it for you, and then you don't know actually how to compile, like here so it compile for you, but it's showing actually what is happened. This is the code for compile, right? And you need to have idea about these uh, parameters also. What is this minus O, and what are those things? And there are some other things. Minus O3 can be used, minus O2. There are many more things you can do here. So those can be easily understood in working with Ubuntu. So what is the object code, and those things as well. But okay to select the suitable IDE or suitable text editor for your study. Students, what others you can ask any questions up to this lecture or problem. And I yeah, your batchmates have batch representatives have send me their credentials. You can ask your problems or any difficulties to them, and they can directly contact me. I will share my skills with them, and you can contact them, and they can directly contact me. I can issues problems batch rep හරහා අපිට ඩිරෙක්ට්ලිම මේ දැනුවත් කරන්න. එතකොට අපි ඒගොල්ලොත් එක්ක කතා කරලා හැම ඕනේ දෙයකට සොලියුෂන් එකක් දෙන්න. අනිත් එක මේ ලයිබ්‍රරිස් එහෙම හැමතිස්සෙම යූස් කරන්න කැම්පස් ඇවිල්ලා පුළුවන් තරම් වැඩ කරන්න බලන්න. ලයිබ්‍රරි එකේ ඒ ඕනකන් ස්ටුඩන්ට් කැන්ටින්ස් වල වලට මේ යූස් කරගන්න පුළුවන් ඒ විදිහට එකක් නෑ. Okay, then you can, I think, the IDA session. Please do the lab sheet. They will be taken as the one part of your assignment, and we will give you the assignments as well. Not sure they gonna be take home assignments, so you need to come to the university in lab session, BLC lab. Those are available for us, and they are like for half an hour. We can give some small tasks, and you need to do coding. So please be prepared. Please do self studies. Actually, it is very hard. Actually, it cannot teach programming. It's a practice you need to follow. So please follow those online tools, tutorial point, and Windows Geek. You can post them to the forum as well. Windows Geek, and there are some like competitions also. There are IEEE Extreme and Hacker Rank, Lead Code. Those are the things you need to self-study and learn, and have some passion about coding. So then you can start. But actually, your assignments also can be uploaded to the GitHub, and yeah, it is okay to maintain a GitHub profile, and you can comment in Stack Overflow. Yeah, please use those stuff. Even I think you will use the GPT also for your time. It is okay, but you need to understand what is actually happening. So please go through each line and please understand what is happening. Then uh, we will ask for if it is a take-home assignment, it will be very hard. So even from the chat GPT, it will not able to get an answer for that kind of a take-home assignment. So you need to work well, and if it is some kind of a physical assignment, then you need to code here. So you need to have practice, and you need to prepare for your timing. So that's why I'm asking you to have studied starting from now. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned many things. I think the only thing I specially mentioned is use the discussion forum, and your I will try to upload in soon the but you have to start the lab sheets as soon as possible. So the main thing, please use discussion forum to contribute, and do your lab sheet, collaborate. Okay, students, thank you. So we'll wind up the session.